Welcome back, everyone. This is the XD Daily Creative Challenge, and I'm your host, Andrea Eppy. And a few of you guys in the chat noticed that I have a new last name. That is correct. Someone was like, oh, it's a typo. Actually, it's not a typo. I got married last year and just finally got around to changing my last name. So officially Andrea Eppy. Welcome everyone in the chat. I'm so excited to be back with all of you. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday. Let me know where you guys are from. I'll be checking the chat throughout the stream today. Rosie, hey there, Rosie. You know, Rosie sent me such a nice message on Twitter a few weeks back, just about like how these streams have been helping her and she got a job from it, and I was just so proud of her. So I love to hear those stories. So thank you guys so much for that. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm gonna go ahead and hop on over to Behance. Let's open that up. All right, so I'm on behance.net/challenge/XD, and we can go ahead and get started. Now, like every Monday, this is just kind of a welcome day, so we're not actually doing a challenge today. I'm gonna give you guys some like sneak peeks of what we're gonna be doing during these 2 weeks. And just kind of, if you're new here, I'll tell you what the Daily Creative Challenge is. So welcome everyone that's just joining. Hey Brandon, how is it going, guys? Eric, Manahar, welcome everyone. So as you probably already know, or if you're new, go ahead and sign up right here with this big blue button, and that way each day at 8 a.m. you'll get notified in your Creative Cloud app up here that we have a new challenge, new host, new set of challenges. So this is going to go from this week until next Friday, July 31st. And how it works is each day you're going to receive a challenge. So if you scroll on down here, we've got a bunch of different boxes, and they're not filled in yet, but tomorrow you'll see that these each have dates at the very top of them. And whenever the day comes up, then these will populate with what the challenge is going to be. So tomorrow this one will populate. And of course, we've got an amazing community over in Discord, so you guys can share your work over there. I love looking at you guys' work and giving you feedback. So definitely join Discord. We've got about 50,000 of you guys already over there, which is crazy. So many. Such a great community. And of course, be sure to watch our daily live show. That's right here, every day at 2 p.m. Pacific. And ask me your questions if you have any. And then lastly, just be sure to share your work and get feedback from myself and all of the other mentors and participants. So that is kind of the Daily Creative Challenge in a nutshell. There's no winners or losers here. I'm not gonna harp on you guys if you miss a day or something, so don't worry about it. Just go at your own speed, and hopefully you'll learn something new along the way. So scrolling on down here, if you do want to be notified about any future XD challenges, so like I mentioned, every 2 weeks, got a new host and a new set of challenges, you can just sign up to get notified in Creative Cloud right here. So just subscribe to do that. And if you don't have XD, I hope you already have it, but you can get it from this link. This will take you to the Creative Cloud page where you can download it right there. And of course, this is the link to join on Discord. So if you just hit join us, this will take you to, well, I'm already signed up, but basically it'll ask if you want to create a username and like show you how many people are online already. And so this is Discord. And if you first are joining, it might be a little bit overwhelming, but don't worry, I'll kind of go through this for you. So over here, this is where all of your I forgot the word for it, but all of your different like areas, I guess. There's a specific word, I'm blanking on it. But like we've got an XD channel, we've got a Photoshop channel, Illustrator, or, you know, if you're a member of any other ones too, that is where all of those are going to be. And then these, now see, it's not channel because these are called channels. There's some word that I'm missing for that. Anyway, so these are all of your channels in XD where you can kind of browse around. I definitely recommend you to browse in the feedback channels. So all of these are different feedback channels. So this one that I'm on right now is the current challenge channel. And I love scrolling through here. You guys have been, these are some of the works that you guys posted from the challenges last week. So scroll through some of these, see what people are working on. Really awesome just work. So if you want to post, a link to your portfolio or your Behance portfolio, or just like a prototype like this where I can just play your clickable prototype, or even if it's just a screenshot, just a work in progress, that's totally fine too, if you want to share that and get some feedback. So portfolio reviews, anything else design related that you want feedback on, put it right in here. And then up here, if you just want to see when we're going live, just check in that Creative Challenge channel. Sam will let you know when we're going live each day and what the new prompt is. And then down here, if you're new, be sure to introduce yourself because I want to say hi to you guys. So introduce yourself in the introductions channel. And as always, if you have any questions, just put them in here, the Ask a Question channel. And then over here, this is where you'll see we've got everyone who is currently online. So all of you guys down here, I'm sure it's not 50,000 at the moment, but there's about 50,000 of you guys on Discord. So you can chat with anyone else. You can also see what mentors are online. So you'll see right here, if I have a green circle, that means go ahead, bombard me with your work that you want feedback on because I'm online. And then some Adobe folks and moderators there. So that's Discord in a nutshell. Just go ahead and explore, browse around there if you are new. Now, what I wanted to do, so for the rest of today, like I mentioned, it's kind of a welcome day, but I did want to quickly kind of go through XD if you're new to it and you maybe don't know your way around. And I also have some work from previous challenges that I want to go through maybe towards the end of this live stream if we have time. So let's start in just whatever this is, right when you open XD. Maybe you're just opening it and you don't know where to even start. So no worries. We've got, if you've ever used Photoshop before, this will look pretty familiar. So we've got a few different artboard sizes here. So we've got iPhone, different sizes, and you can use that little drop down caret right there and choose a different artboard if you would like. iPad also, just again, choose the caret, or web, custom obviously, but if you don't see something that whatever size you want, you can always go in and change it later, even if you're already in XD. And then cloud documents, this is actually something that I discovered kind of recently, which I think it's been around for a while, but so I'm embarrassed to say that, but cloud documents, so you can upload to Adobe Creative Cloud, I guess, Cloud squared, and it will automatically save your work every, 10, 15 minutes, or I don't actually know how often they save it, but it saves it in the background for you. And so if something crashes, God forbid, it will always have previous versions. So I've been using this recently and it saved my butt several times. So I definitely recommend saving to the cloud if you have not before. So let's go ahead and let's say we open up just a normal iPhone size, and this is what that will look like. So you got a blank canvas, we've just got one artboard, and I actually already have just sort of a welcome day file that I want to show you guys. So this is what, I don't think I mentioned starter files. So this is kind of what a starter file will look like when you first open it. And each day I'll give you guys a starter file. I mean, you don't see anything here, but tomorrow it will appear right here, a link to where you can download that and just kind of work alongside with me. For instance, these are some of the previous daily creative challenges, and you can always go back and watch the videos, and you can grab the starter file from Dropbox. So you just come up here to download and then just press direct download, and that will open a XD file for you. So this is what that's going to look like. I've blurred a few things out because I don't want to give away tomorrow's challenge, but this is sort of what you'll be looking at. So on the left side over here, again, if you're totally new to XD, it's pretty simple. We've just got a bunch of shapes. You'll see you can start just making different shapes, and you'll notice that when I click on different elements, so let's say I click on this is a component right here that I made, or if I go back and click on like the square, you'll notice that the right side updates as well, whatever I'm clicking on. So this will always stay the same though on the left side. And you'll also notice maybe you're like, there's a few shapes missing or something. Some of these are actually within other shapes. So for instance, like a star, if you've been looking for that before, it's actually in the triangle. So what you need to do is just drag, there's a few little extra circles in there, play around with these different elements. So yeah, if you're looking for something, it might be a level deeper. So those just some basic shapes, pen tool, of course. And one thing I feel like that people maybe sometimes get confused about when they're switching, say, from like Illustrator to XD is the pen tool for sure. So the main trick that I can offer for that is instead of using the A keyboard shortcut for pen tool, it's usually you have to double click on the anchor point. So that'll change it from rounded to like 90 degrees or whatever. So you'll see double click and then just double click to go back. And you can still drag these little anchor point draggy things around. See, I'm like bad with words today. But basically you just need to double click if you're looking for something. What else? So we have pen tool or typing tool, of course, just type whatever. And the cool thing about this that I use all the time is, let me make this a little bigger so we can see. This is like wingdings or something weird. Let me just put it on like something normal. So for instance, let's say I want this to be the same font that I've already used over here. So I've made this a character style. And you can add as many character styles as you want. And then if you ever update, say this original, the master character style, it will update everything across all of your artboards. So if you have like 50 different artboards and you're using Helvetica, but your client says, never mind, I want it all to be, something weird, Poppins, whatever, you can just go ahead and change it in here. So same with all of your other assets in this assets panel. So we've got colors. You can save as many colors as you want, and you can go in and if I want this to be named something special like cloud white or soft gray. The cool thing is now that your developers will get these exact words, whatever you change those hex codes to, the developers will also have that on the back end, which is really cool. So that's the text box. Artboards, this is where you can add an artboard. Let me zoom in out here. So you can either just click and drag to make an artboard, or if you want to come over here and select web, it'll choose something like that, or iPhone size. And then if you want to rename any of these, just double click. And I'll say, this artboard is for web, and press enter. So that's how you would make a new artboard. And again, you can always come up here into height and width and resize those afterwards if you want to do that. What else? So that's kind of the main panel up here. And then if we go on down here, we've got, like I mentioned, assets panels. We'll be doing something definitely with components right here. And then we've got your layers. Layers is pretty straightforward. I'm sure a lot of you have used layers before, but you can drag these around wherever you want. And then we've got plugins, the cute little Lego icon right down there. And some of my favorites, just to name a few, we've got like the lorem ipsum to fill in some just filler text. And it doesn't have to be like the typical lorem ipsum sort of text. You can fill it in with actual sentences, like English words, which is nice. But yeah, feel free to explore some other plugins. You can just do that right here by Discover Plugins. And just kind of scroll on down. They've always got some new curated sort of selections. So like the editor's choice one, or if you just want to browse through like that. So that is plugins. And you'll notice up at the top, if you haven't used XD for a while, we now have the prototype mode and the share mode. So if I hop into the prototype mode, you'll notice that this artboard now became sort of a light blue color, and I can tap this little home icon, and that will mean, hey, whenever I preview, so I can actually tap that little play button. Obviously there's nothing on this artboard right now, but if I want to play through this, it will start on this page. So this is prototyping. I'll totally dive all into this, so if you're new to that, don't worry, we'll have several creative challenges all about that. And really all you do is just drag this little arrow to whichever other artboard you want, and then come over here in your interactions panel, and you can change those triggers. So we've got a bunch of different triggers. Change it to voice if you want it to be voice activated. You know, time, just a time delay, if you want to swipe through things. Lots of really fun things that I have planned this week. So auto animate, of course. Definitely feel free to just kind of browse around in there. Lastly, oh gosh, this is going so fast. So lastly is share up there. So you'll notice now, if I hop in here, it only has this one artboard selected and everything else is kind of grayed out. And that is because I haven't added any prototyping. So even if I click in this artboard when I'm previewing it, it won't be going to another artboard. So you can choose which artboards you want to share by just making sure they're wired to the original artboard or not. And then if you come over here into link settings, you can choose what sort of design or development sort of settings you want to share with people. So for instance, I usually, if I'm sharing to a client, I'm usually sharing it as a development sort of link. So that way it will share all of the specs like sizing, like how far away is this line of text from this line of text, and it'll let them download all of the hex codes and all of the assets as PNGs or whatever you specify. So that has been really helpful for me. So that's the development one. And then you just create a link. So that is share. And then, like I mentioned over here, whenever you select something, depends what it is, but you'll see something different pop up. So for instance, if I tap this text, you'll see we've got all of the text features pop up. We can change the font, change the size, all of that. Same with if I'm just selecting like a rectangle. You'll notice this changes. And some of these things might be foreign to you. For instance, these are pretty new. So this is scrolling or panning, and we're definitely going to have a challenge related to that. Components may be new to you. It's been around for a while, but maybe it's new to you. That we'll definitely be doing something with. So lots of fun things to learn these 2 weeks. And now I wanted to give you guys just a bit of sneak peeks for what we're going to be doing the next 2 weeks. So day one, we're going to be working. Okay, and first, before I say all of these, I want to see if you guys can decipher what my theme is sort of for these 2 weeks. Normally I like to have a theme so that if you're uploading to, you know, a Behance project, like a case study or something, it kind of all is cohesive and feels like it matches. So see if you can guess what it is. So day one, we're going to be doing something with messaging sort of app. Day two, that'll be an app related to video conferencing. Day three, we'll be doing something with live streaming, something I might use a lot personally. Day four, we'll be doing something with desk lighting. Day five will be about project management. Day six, co-working spaces. Day seven will be about scheduling. Day eight, we'll be diving into some sort of time tracking. Maybe it's some sort of time tracking app. And day nine, we'll be focusing on file storage. So, yes, working from home. Okay, I guess it was pretty straightforward. Everyone in the chat got it. Rosie, Cameron, Artie Chick, Christine. Yeah, you guys all got it. So since we're all working from home and you're probably using a lot of these sort of apps right now, maybe you're frustrated with them. or you have some ideas for how you can make them better, that is what we're going to be focusing on. So kind of redesigning some of our favorite apps that we're using right now. So that's a little sneak peek. And the starter files, of course, at the beginning, I'll always tell you, what day exactly it is. Today's day 0, since it's a welcome day, but tomorrow will be day 1. And then I've blurred this out, but we've got the challenge prompt here. And I usually like to tie in whatever challenge it is with something that we can learn in the actual XD interface. So maybe it'll be, components, or something in prototyping, auto animate, or maybe something in share. So something within the interface, and I'll give you a preview of that. And then I give you some inspiration. And then the resource booklet, as always, I like to include this. So you can just tab through the different icons and fonts, photos, tutorials. These are just some of my favorite links to resources that I find helpful. And then down here, this is where the links where you can share your work. So Behance and Discord when you're done with your work. And then I always give you guys some tips specifically related to whatever that day's challenge is. So that's kind of what the starter file is going to look like. Cool. So now we have a bit of time. What I wanted to do is just go through some of the challenges I was looking through recently, like the last few weeks or so, and I found some really amazing work that I wanted to show you guys as examples if you do want to share your work as like a case study or something. So if you ever are wondering, by the way, like what all of the challenges that I've created, you can just come to my Behance page. It's just Andrea Epi. Remember that new last name, not Hawk anymore. And you can just scroll to whatever XD Daily Creative Challenge day and then scroll through. So like this one was the home hunting. We used like a 360 photo for this one, so that was really fun. E-commerce. And I always like to add these as like the prototype movie as well, so people can play through them. So if you're looking for it, that's where it'll be. Also, shameless plug, my YouTube channel, if you want to see stuff related to design, I post there. So this one was by Sunny Zoo. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your last name. This design I thought was so cool. This one I think was about a month ago or so, and we were focusing on like augmented reality designs. And so she uploaded this to YouTube, which is so cool. So let me show you guys this. And you don't have to like go above and beyond like this if you don't want to. I just thought this one was really awesome. Showing her like in the bathroom, actually scrolling through her interface on the mirror. This is so cool. Love this. Good morning, Sunny. That's so cute. Like I would totally use that myself. So if anyone wants to make that, let me know. So that one was an awesome idea. So if you want to do something like this where it's just one specific project within your Behance work, that's fine. This one, Diva Mitchell or Michelle, she always has amazing work. So this one I think was from last week, July 8th. And this was sort of like a children's planetary tutorial app. So let's preview this. Oh, and this was learning scroll groups. So panning horizontally and vertically, and then adding the solar system, the planets in. This is so fun. And I love like the illustrations too of the planets. Such a good idea. And so if you ever, while I'm doing any of these daily creative challenges, if you ever want to do like mobile and I'm doing web, or you want to do tablet instead of whatever size I'm doing, totally feel free to do that. Like you have complete creative freedom to do whatever you want. So another one, this is, oh gosh, I'm almost out of time. Noyo Nika Saha. Love this cover photo up here. Amazing. Looks so great. So this one, they did, I believe showed every single challenge within one case study. So you can do something like this if you'd like. Just show them all at once. This is so cool. And yeah, love this one. I do want to show, I'm not going to go through those two, just some great resources, two links that I like to check often. So this website, this is Howard's website that he designed, letsxd.com, and he's got lots of great like videos. If you want like something short, he's got those here. If you want something more pro, you're ready to level up your work, you can check there. And some freebies and resources. Anything basically related to XD, I'm sure it's here. So definitely check out that. And if you just want to see when the latest new features have been released, you can just check this page. So this is adobe.com/products/xd/features. Kind of long. But basically, this is nice because you can see if there's some new features that maybe you don't know about yet, or you want to learn, or you want to see when it was last released. So the last one was on June 16th, and you can always go in here and learn more. They usually do like a long blog post about each release, so I like to check this as well. So guys, that is about all the time that I have left for today. Thank you all so much for joining me. Don't go anywhere because in about 5 minutes, we've got our sketch party with Kathleen Martin, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. Bye guys!